I'd like to call the Gurnee Village Board regular meeting of November 21st, 2016 to order. Roll call, please. Andy?
Garner? Here. Thorstensen?
Here.
Thomas?
Present.
Hood?
Here.
Wilson?
Here.
Ross?
Here.
6 present.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It's so quiet in here compared to the last meeting. It's like echoing. All right. Good evening. First up is public comment. If someone would like to address the board, you can come to the microphone and state your name and address. Address is voluntary. If there's no public comment, there'll be another opportunity at the end of the meeting. We'll move on to approval of the consent agenda as presented. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Trustee Garner.
Second.
Second by Trustee Balmas. Roll call, please, Andy.
Garner?
Aye.
Thorstensen?
Yes.
Balmas?
Aye.
Hood?
Yes.
Wilson?
Aye.
Ross?
Aye.
6
All right, motion carries. Patrick, please read the consent agenda into the record.
Item number 1, approval of the minutes from the November 7, 2016 Village Board meeting. Item number 2, approval of Fire Lieutenant Robert Zerba's request to participate in the village's tuition assistance program in pursuit of an associate's degree in fire and emergency services from Columbia Southern University. Item number 3, approval of Fire Lieutenant Dave Douglas' request to participate in the village's tuition assistance program in pursuit of a master's degree in public administration with a fire and emergency services specialization from Anna Maria College. Item number 4, approval of payroll for period ending November 12, 2016 in the amount of $746,791.07. Item number 5, approval of payroll transfer journal for period ending November 12, 2016 in the amount of $736,592.94. Item number 6, approval of bills for period ending November 21st, 2016 in the amount of $3,178,244.22.
Thank you, Patrick. Do I have a motion to accept the consent agenda as read into the record? Motion by Trustee Balmas, second by Trustee Ross. Roll call, please, Andy.
Garner?
Aye.
Thorstensen?
Yes.
Balmas?
Aye.
Hood?
Yes.
Wilson?
Aye.
Ross?
Aye.
6 aye.
Motion carries. Move on to petitions and communications. First one is our first ever actual real participation in Small Business Saturday for November 26, 2016. Small Business Saturday is a shop local campaign held on the Saturday following Thanksgiving to encourage reinvestment in small businesses across the country. And small businesses are the foundation of our economy, with half of America's workers either owning or working for a small business. And according to research from Civic Economics, for every $100 spent at a local store, $68 stays within the community, while online shopping generates little or no benefit for the local economy. And by shopping locally, consumers help generate sales tax that support local services such as police and fire departments, support local jobs, and encourage local business owners to reinvest in the community. And the Village of Gurnee wishes to recognize the contributions that small businesses make to our community and local economy. Now, therefore, I, Christina Kovarik, Mayor of Gurnee, do hereby proclaim November 26, 2016 to be Small Business Saturday in the Village of Gurnee, and hereby urge all citizens to shop and support our local businesses as we celebrate the accomplishments of our small businesses and encourage the development of new small businesses. Motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by Trustee Balmas, second by Trustee Wilson. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, and Ellen, you have a whole campaign and handouts and posters and pins and pens. Did everybody get a pen? Yep.
Any of the businesses can enter to win more. The more businesses they visit, the more times they enter to win the $250 that will be purchased from a local business in gift cards. So it's baby steps, but it's a fun start.
It's a great first step for us to
Thank you.
Support our small business community.
We've gotten great response from I think the local businesses are really kind of getting into it.
So at your place, you have a little synopsis and
Yes, thank you.
We'll be tweeting and Facebooking.
And thanks to the Chamber for working with us on it. You know, it was great collaboration.
Good. And we have some great small businesses in town.
Yes, we
People
do.
tend to forget.
Yeah.
All right, next up is National Drunk and Drugged Driving 3D Prevention Month 2016. Drive sober or get pulled over. Impaired driving is a violent crime that kills. Every 30 minutes, someone in America dies because of an impaired driver, and the December holiday season is traditionally one of the most deadliest times of the year for impaired driving. And organizations across the state and the nation are joined with the Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over campaign that fosters public awareness of the dangers of impaired driving and law enforcement efforts to curb impaired driving. And the Police Department of the Village of Gurnee, Lake County, Illinois, is proud to partner with the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, the Illinois Department of Transportation's Division of Traffic Safety, and advocacy groups in the effort to make our streets and roadways safer. Now therefore, I, Christina Kavark, Mayor of Gurnee, Illinois, do hereby proclaim December 2016 as National Drunk and Drugged Driving Prevention Month in Gurnee, Illinois, and do hereby call upon all citizens to promote safer and healthier behaviors regarding the use of alcohol and other drugs this December holiday season, as well as throughout the year. Motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by Trustee Wilson, second by Trustee Garner. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, it's National Drunk Drug Driving Prevention. That's a tongue twister. All right, and we have a reminder that this Thursday morning, Thanksgiving, 8 a.m., we will fire, not a gun, but something comparable to start the turkey trot. So hopefully we'll see you all out there. It's a great time, a lot of community participation for a great cause. All right, that's it for petitions and communications. Any reports?
Just a reminder, Committee of the Whole next Monday, so Brian will be going over the long-range financial plan and then our fiscal contingency plan. So most likely we'll send out, just email out a memo kind of highlighting the plan and then have hard copies available for you on Monday night. So we'll get the memo out Wednesday, so be looking for that via email.
Very good. That'll be an intense meeting. No old business, so new business. First item, number 1, approval of ordinance 2016-78,
78.
authorizing the execution of a professional service agreement in the amount of $97,370 between the Village of Gurnee and IXP Corporation to support dispatch consolidation.
Sure. So got a pretty detailed memo from our IS Director, Chris Velkover, on this. As you know, we're working on dispatch consolidation with the City of Zion right now. It's a very complicated process. When we met one-on-one with the trustees back in early September and kind of laid it out, we had talked about that there may be the need for an outside consultant or expert to help us with this endeavor. We want to make sure we get it right the first time. So as we've gotten a little further along in the process, we are going to need that outside assistance. We previously worked with IXP last year to evaluate our communications center as far as its ability to take on additional strategic partners for dispatching. At that time, we went through the whole RFP, RFQ process, had multiple quotes, interviewed firms, et cetera. IXP rose to the top. So we're, again, given the compressed time frame that we're on, we're hoping to be able to provide service design starting towards the middle of the year. So with that, we're looking to partner with IXP again. Chris's memo laid out in detail what they would be doing for us, some of the highlights, project management services, developing a comprehensive project plan, working with the state of Illinois as far as all the documents that must be submitted to them for consolidation, provide us subject matter experts in certain areas, work with telecommunication companies as far as the changes that need to be made to trunk lines, et cetera. Work with our radio system vendors as far as getting the radios to talk to each other. So there's a whole slew of tasks that we need assistance with. Another one that we included in their task was actually the state has grants available to assist with consolidation. So we included language in there that they help us with writing a consolidation grant. So the hope is that we receive a grant and pay for some of this. So talked to IXP. They laid out a project timeline and all the different tasks. They're proposing a fixed price of the $97,370, like the mayor said, would invoice us in 7 installments. So they're expecting it to be a 7-month project. So we did have some money in this year's budget for consulting. So we had $30,000 on the police side, and then we had $10,000 on the 911 side. So about $57,000 short. We'll cover that with line items that aren't fully expended. So the police department, for example, has had some vacancies during the year, so there'll be some savings in the salary and wages line item. And then the 911 fund, their portion will most likely be paid by current fund balance. So they've got a little over $700,000 in current fund balance, so that fund can handle that. Like I said, I mean, it's a very involved process. This is what IXP does. They work on consolidation projects. They actually manage some 911 centers as well. They're very familiar with us. Through our last engagement with them, they're also the consultant that the county's been using on their larger 911 consolidation project, trying to get a framework together. So they're very familiar with Lake County. And we were very impressed with them last time we used them. And as I said, looking to move forward with them on this process and get it rolling.
Questions from trustees? Trustee Thorson?
Would they be submitting the grant on our behalf?
Yes.
And if that came through, it would be a refund back to us?
The money would be refunded back to the ETSB. So, yes, back to us. It wouldn't go to them. It would come back to us. So, the state has $12.5 million available is what we heard for consolidation grant funding this upcoming year. So there's money out there. Last year, they focused on the grant funding downstate where there was counties that didn't have 911 in place. So they've got some of those taken care of. So we're hoping that some of those funds will be shifted more towards the northern half of the state where it's actually areas that had 911 in place but are consolidating. So.
Questions down here? All right, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Ballmer, second by trustee Wilson. Roll call, please, Andy.
Garner. Aye. Thorstensen.
Yes.
Balmas.
Aye.
Hood.
Yes.
Wilson.
Aye.
Ross.
Aye.
6 aye.
Motion carries. Item number 2, approval of ordinance 2016-79, abating the tax heretofore levied for the year 2016 to pay debt service of $5,320,000 general obligation bond series 2009 of the Village of Gurnee, Lake County, Illinois.
Sure. So the next 2 ordinances are annual debt service abatement. As you know, the village doesn't levy a property tax. We pay our debt service obligations with our general operating revenue, which comes from the sales tax, hotel, motel, food and beverage, etc. So this first one here is the debt on the police department. So this is the second to last payment. So next fiscal year will be the last year we have to budget this expense. And then the following, number 3 under new business, that's the Macy's bonds. So those got a little bit longer to go. Those aren't paid off till December 2022. And then I know there's always a question about the Park District payment. So the Park District payment, we've got 4 more payments left on that. So that'll be paid off. The last payment's in fiscal year 2020, 2021. So there's about $1.5 million hanging on that one. So
Next year, we're going to have a little mortgage burning party,
after
bond
next
burning
year,
party.
next year's the last
Out
payment,
back.
right. So fiscal year 18-19, we won't have the budget for the police department debt. That'll be paid off.
That'll be nice. And that's a building to last forever, so that's the only time we have to do it.
Yeah, that's the hopes.
All right, questions about either of these? But we'll do them as separate votes. All right, this abates the property tax for the 16th year. Right?
Yeah.
16th year. All right, so do I have a motion on ordinance 2016-78, the police station bonds?
So moved.
79, I'm sorry, 79.
So moved.
I think motion by trustee Ross, second by trustee Garner. Roll call, please, Andy.
Garner. Aye. Thorstensen.
Yes.
Balmas.
Aye.
Hood.
Yes.
Wilson.
Aye.
Ross.
Aye.
6 aye.
Motion carries. Item number 3 is approval of ordinance 2016-80, 80, abating the tax heretofore levied for the year 2016 to pay debt service of $9,995,000, general obligation bonds, Series 2011 of the Village of Gurnee, Lake County, Illinois. Motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Wilson, second by trustee Garner. Roll call, please, Andy.
Garner. Aye. Thorstenson.
Yes.
Thomas.
Aye.
Hood.
Yes.
Wilson.
Aye.
Ross.
Aye.
6 aye.
Motion carries. That's all the end of our new business. I'll reopen the floor to the public if anyone would like to address the board.
Can I just,
Oh, go
I
ahead.
just wanted to extend, tomorrow is the Exchange Club's annual prayer breakfast at 7 a.m. at the Village Church of Gurnee, and all are welcome.
Okay. Starts at 7 a.m.
Breakfast is at 7 a.m.
I'll be almost to work by then. All right, if there's no public comment, everybody have a very wonderful, happy Thanksgiving with family and friends and turkey and all that. And see you Thursday morning, hopefully at the turkey trot. Do I have a motion to adjourn? Motion by trustee
Second.
Bowman, second by trustee Wilson. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.